Hello folks, Massey Dave. Hope you're all having a lovely day and have been watching the coronation pantomime perhaps. I haven't, I've been doing a bit of research. Rain stopped play today, I was hoping to do some shot blasts this morning, but it's been dull, miserable, wet. So that put pay to that. So I've done some tinkering, had a couple of people in this morning, having a look at the tractors, little job on a car, interior mirror and checking some tyres for somebody. So I thought, sod it, I'm going home, bit of research, bit of pick some steak up for tea, nice bit of ribeye tonight and some chunky chips. So yeah, I've got the fire lit in here and I've just got the TV, been watching a bit of YouTube, other channels, Farmer Phil, Lord Muck, to name a few. Yeah, just a quiet afternoon. So try and do a bit tomorrow, if not, back on Monday, but we'll see what the weather looks like. Anyway, thank you for your subscribing, much appreciated. And if you've got any comments, pop them in the box and I'll come back to you. In the meantime, here's what we did the road trip yesterday, picking a few bits up and a few other bits, multi-power clutch pack. No, sorry, not multi-power, ipto clutch pack. Bit of a problem we found, but it's on its way. So, catch you later.
Friday morning, road trip today. Got my friend Dale. He does the same sort of stuff that I do, but not the tractors, obviously. There he is.
Oh,
Good man, Dale.
Hello.
How you doing, all right?
Yeah,
Go and have a look. I want to see what you think.
I'm slightly nervous.
You haven't seen these for quite a while, have you?
No, I haven't. Oh, look at that one. Wow.
Now, this is a genuine reaction to
amazing.
what we've done.
That looks, the last time I saw this, it was in about 1,000 bits.
It probably was.
Wow. Look at that.
Not too shabby, is it?
No, it looks amazing. Wow. It's like brand new, isn't it? Oh, there's no dash.
Yeah, I've got a problem with one of the gauges. Yeah, it's all but done now. And then there's the 1250. Just waiting for the exhaust.
Wow. Again, that looks amazing.
And the cab's like new in there as well. The seat's all fitted.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
So we can say, wow.
That's amazing. Look, they last saw them in a billion bits all over the floor.
Yeah.
That TW looks stunning.
Thank you. Other than 3 months of it being an ornament in here because of the brake issue we had on it, but you know, as it is now.
Yeah, the back end looks amazing. Look at that. I have thing got to pull and release the pickup hitch.
Yeah, well, that's,
I remember those days.
yeah, well, that's like a non-standard hitch. It's one that's been cobbled and fitted on there over the years.
I still remember having to pull those things to release it.
Yeah, yeah, because you've done your bit of time in farming and that, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, she looks amazing. I'd be glad to see the back of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, we've got other stuff that's already on the go and more stuff in the pipeline to do.
Why is there a horse on the fuel tank?
That was something that was on there when it came in, and it was, I think it was his grandfather had a stencil done and painted it on there.
Okay.
So we've had that recreated and put back on as a decal. Just a bit of history to the vehicle for what it was. But yeah, so yesterday got all the stickers on, or the last of them anyway. So yeah, it's
You even colour coded your prop.
there's a bit of history. Remember that penguin? That's Wallace and Grommet. I'm just up here to pick some bits up, some stuff for the horse box days. And the firm we use here, they've actually got the moulds for yeah, Wallace and grommet in there. Look at that, remember that shape? That's for his ears. All interesting stuff. And it's just up round here, another little bit, which you probably wouldn't believe. That there is the mould for the TARDIS on Doctor Who. Bit of history, bit of nostalgia. So we're on the road trip, we stopped for a bit of breakfast. That is a doorstep and a half. Well, got to the next destination, friend's workshop, Smart Horse boxes. So we'll get some shit unloaded, have a coffee. You've got a big one in here, Dale.
I have got a big one in here.
Oh, see what I mean about that? That looks interesting.
Yeah.
Looks a tad rusty as well.
Yeah, well,
Oh, I take it they wouldn't come undone then.
No, they're for the feet. I didn't even try to undo them.
Nice.
Well, there's the computer system I've removed and made it analogue.
Yeah, computer system for a slide outside. This bit here, you see it there, it's supposed to slide out and make more room in the
Well, it will do now.
living compartment.
There's the new analogue system.
A new pump system fitted, on and off, rather than loads of switches and computer stuff to go wrong. All good fun. Well, that's some of the stuff we've gone and picked up from the boys that did the fiberglass. The blue stuff, that's Dale's for his Luton moulds, and the other bits is what I used to do years ago, which, yeah, ain't going to be using it again. Well, finally back from the road trip this morning. Been to pick up pulleys and shaft that you'd seen were made in a previous video. So they're all ready to go. And we also picked up along the way gearbox mounts. Got a few of those. I need 2 more for myself, and I've had another inquiry this morning for said parts. So one of these is going to Scotland, one of those is going to Scotland, and a load of the bushes, load of these, which go in the end of that. Got plenty of these in stock. So yeah, bit of a run around this morning. So just got back after a big breakfast away. I'll try and do a few bits on this afternoon. Right, we've got the PTO clutch pack out the 1200 on the bench here. So let's make a start on pulling it apart and just giving it the once over. See what we can find. Hopefully nothing untoward. Well, we've got the brake unit off. First thing I've noticed, it's a little bit worn in this face here. You can see there's a groove in there, and it's flush here. Had a little bit of play. It was, before I took it off, that was a little bit too wobbly on that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of groove. Get my phone, get the camera right. There's a lot of grooves in here. It's not very smooth and flat. So that's a bit of a shame. It is rather worn. Well, we've got some more of it apart. That's the piston that does the brake, which is on that little lever there, which is, yeah, it's got some life left in it, but not a lot. But this bolt here shouldn't be there. That's been drilled out and threaded. And on the back of the piston, there should be a bit sticking out, but that's been chopped off. So it'll probably still do the job, but not as it should be. This, obviously significant, had some wear, and insides had wear. So we're going to pull this apart and see what the clutch plates are like. Oh, finally, in pieces. And what have we found? We have found that, which one is it? There's one of these somewhere here is a little bit bent. The rest aren't too bad. I don't know where I put him now. There's one that has gone, there he is. He's a little bit, just gone out of shape slightly. The rest, he's a bit not flat as well, but the others, pretty flat. So a couple of little bit, got a bit of heat into them. but I might have a couple of spare ones in stock to replace those, but the rest seems serviceable. The oil way through there, which obviously when it comes through the PTO brake clutch, goes through that and up to push into the back of this piston, which sits in there, and then all of that is on top. So you can't see anything amiss with that. That's all clean and free, no scores in there, so that's okay. Other than a couple of those, that's a bit suspect, not a part that's available, so we're looking to see if we can get this perhaps built up and remachined out. Only option I can think of at the moment. Well, as you know, this engine pulley's broken. Now we've got to change the water pump because we need to change that, but I have managed to get one of these, a new pulley. Looks about the same. Happy days. Another job to do. Well, that's the main piston back in. Bit of a job to do because you've got a very big O-ring spring seal around the edge, which you drop it in, it gets caught in these bits, then you've got to get past that bit, but we've got it in there, so we'll see what we can find in bits and spares I've got in stock and hopefully get this reassembled. There's my little stock of spares. That's the three that are a little bit out. You can see I've put them together. See, there's a job to say, but there is a gap between them, the way they're bent. Turn them over, you can see there, not quite square, touching, but they're bent. So yeah, we'll have a route through that, see if we can find three that are better than those to go in there. And if you're wondering what the Allen keys are doing, these little holes, not only do they let the oil out and lubricate everything, but when you're assembling it, because of all these springs in between the spacer plates and the friction discs, you can push them in so far, squeeze it together, pop a little Allen key in there to keep it compressed while you're putting the rest together, and then it's easy to put the top cover in and the circlip. Then once it's all together, you just pop those out and it all pops back to where it should be. We've got the next load in, and we squash those down and put some more Allen keys in, just enough to hold them down until we get the last of it in. So there's the top cover in, circlip in, and we're going to do now, just go around, pull those out, because it's all held in by that. So that's that pulled apart and checked. So it's got to work out now how we're going to overcome that problem. Certainly make you chuckle. Just looking through my trusty parts book, I probably have seen this before, but somebody's written obviously years ago, these 1200s were made for breakdowns, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, this 1200's gonna knacker you all over. Well, probably ain't wrong there, because they do break, but if they break, hopefully they can fix it. I'll keep it for now. Hey, Bank Holiday Friday obviously, but if you want to have a think about this over the weekend, this is a clutch pack. Now you can see there's some play in that, and it has worn the top down, because when that's on there, there is play up and down. Would it be possible, do you think, to machine that out and make a nice tight bush to fit in there? Also, you've got to have a hole for the oil to come through to get rid of that. Build this edge back up, I don't TIG weld it and machine it back flat, so it eliminates that play. What do you think? I'll bring it in on Tuesday after we've had a good weekend with a few beers. Morning, Saturday morning. They sorted a few parts out, and we're just gonna get the oil drained out the ellipticals on here, ready for doing something possibly tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, we've got oil draining out of those. Looking a bit black and horrible. Same with that one. And then we'll say we'll try and get the trumpets off of this and have a look at the brakes. Get all those cleaned up. As I said the other day, it was all full of oil in there, contamination, so the seals are gone. So yeah, we'll plod away, but I think I'm going to have a bit of an afternoon off this afternoon. So a lot of running around yesterday. And yeah, try and have a bit of a break.